Well, I took a twig of pine tree and passed it to his hand. He took it from me smiling, saying, Dad, I'll keep this and I'll put it in my pocket and I'll take it home to keep, for you never know when you might need one. Later on that evening, underneath the sky of red, figured it was time he was in bed. So he crawled down in his sleeping bag, clean up to his head, and he let the moon and stars tuck him in. 'Cause after all, he'd hiked the whole day long, and he showed me he was strong. When he passed me on the trail, I could hear him singing his Hagen song. Well, he'd scoot along the ground, and now and then he'd turn around, and he'd see I was lagging beneath the pack that I was dragging, and he'd finally slow on down and wait for me. You know, it wasn't long before he'd figured out what fire was for, and hot chocolate was for keeping cold hands warm. Now I'm sure he loves the mountains, 'cause he tells me every day as we walk the hills behind our country home. 'Cause after all, he'd hike the whole day long, and then he showed me he was strong. And when he passed me on the trail, I could hear him singing his Hagen song. Well, he'd scoot along the ground, and now and then he'd turn around, and he'd see that I was lagging neath the pack that I was dragging, and he'd finally slow on down and wait for me. Okay, we're done.
That was a good video.
Thank you for taping that. He wrote that for me, right?
Yeah, that was
Christian's
great.
tune.
That's great.
I think that's the one he'd want to hear me sing. If I sang anything that he ever wrote, he'd want to hear me sing that one.